Thank you. We opened with the Washington Post March. This march was written in 1889 to help promote an essay contest sponsored by the newspaper of the same name. And Sousa conducted it, and it was premiered by the U.S. Marine Band. And it's one of his first really popular songs and caused him to become a more famous composer. It was popular all over the world too, not just in America. Our next piece for you tonight is Highlights from the Opera Carmen. The comic opera Carmen is set in southern Spain and tells the story of the downfall of Don Jose, a naive soldier who is seduced by the wiles of the fiery gypsy Carmen. You will recognize the songs in this melody, including Habanera and the Toreador song. Please enjoy Highlights from Carmen. For those of you who are confused, no, it is not New Year's. That's the reason I picked that song, is because there are these songs that we play all the time. That's one of them. We associate that with New Year's all the time. And another one is Pomp and Circumstance, which we do at graduation. But they're real music that have origins for the concert hall, so sometimes they just get left by the wayside. But it's a very pretty version. The Old Scottish melody, Auld Lang Syne, in Scottish dialect means old long since or days gone by. Though this tune is usually performed for the coming of the new year, we wanted to recognize it. I already said all that, so I'm going to skip it. See how much cooler I am already? All right. Next, we're going to play a different march for you. We got a lot of marches tonight. There's not really a theme. It's kind of the everything else concert. But we got a lot of stuff we think you're going to like. And a lot of the music we're playing tonight, the band has not played since I've been here, and that's 12 or 13 years. They may have played some of this before that, but it's been a while. So for most of your years, this is new material. But Darklands March is a brand new march. It came out a couple of years ago. You'll be able to picture maybe like a dark medieval kingdom. It has some European influences. You might hear some German type sounds and stuff like that in there. And it's written by a composer who's relatively local. He's from Arkansas, Randall Standridge. He's very popular in school music right now. We hope you enjoy the Darklands March. All right, our next piece will be another march, but it's a different style march. The march Proud Heritage remains one of William Latham's most popular works and has been listed in the top 10 march list many times, top 100s. This march is a concert march, meaning that it shares most qualities of a traditional military march, but it contains more complex rhythms and harmonies that do not work well for an actual marching band, but lend itself to performances by concert bands. We hope you enjoy William Latham's Proud Heritage March.
Okay.
Okay. Our next one is going to be a lot of fun, but you've got to pronounce fun. You got to spell it with PH, P-H-U-N. Our next piece is the Philharmonic Fun, P-H-U-N, Fest, P-H-E-S-T. All right, and every time you hear an F sound, it's P-H. I went through a lot of effort on the sheet, and I'm like, they can't see the sheet. I don't know why I did it that way, but it's more fun that way. Who says playing the classics can't be fun? Here's a super collection of famous classical themes, including Toccata and Fugue from Bach, the Blue Danube Waltz from Strauss, Eine kleine Nachtmusik by Mozart, that means a little night music, and the Can-Can from Offenbach. We hope you enjoyed this fabulous performance of Philharmonic Fun Fest. All right, that's a fun one for us to play because those are songs you hear wherever. You hear them everywhere. They're on the radio, they're on movies and television, all over the place. You've heard those somewhere before. Next, we got a Sousa March that is very unusual. I was in the band room working over the summer, and I was looking at our music in our library, and I was like, what's this march? I don't know this march. Not that I know everything, but I've never heard of this one before. So I called up some people like, oh, yeah, that's a good one. Sousa's unusual New Mexico March was composed at the request of New Mexico's governor, R.C. Dillon. The march mirrors the ethnic origins of the states, blending Spanish, Indian, and American materials. The state song, O Fair New Mexico, is adapted as the concluding trio. All right, so this is something totally different, Sousa, that you're going to hear here. It is a march, but it's not like Washington Post we played earlier. So we hope you enjoy the New Mexico March.
We should do it back. We should do it again. We should do it.
So you can definitely hear the different themes that you might hear if you were to travel to New Mexico. You hear some Hispanic, Mexican Hispanic themes in there, and you hear some Native American themes, and also a little bit of a bugle call there in the middle as the military was following the settlers to the west, right? All right, slow things down a little bit. Next, we have Black is the Color. Black is the Color is a traditional folk song first known in the Appalachian Mountains region of the United States in the early 1900s, but most probably originated from Scotland. Many different versions of this song exist, some addressed to females and others to males, as well as other differences. The song has become a part of traditional repertoire of Celtic music artists. The first recording was made by Mrs. Lizzie Roberts in 1916. In this one, you're going to hear a more modern adaptation of this song. They're going to be bending some harmony rules and things like that, so it's a little more modern. Please enjoy Pierre Laplante's version of Black is the Color.
这就是家，
All right, we got two more for you. I told the band if it was 90 degrees, I would have read the poem that went with that last one. Sorry, guys, maybe next time. We got two more. Both of them are marches, but two of them are very different marches. Our first one, called Marching Song, is an English march, originally written by Gustav Holst. It's part of an orchestral composition entitled Two Songs Without Words. The English composer Holst, known for The Planets, among other compositions, dedicated this work to his friend and colleague, composer Ralph Vaughan Williams. Written in the English style, differing slightly from the American Sousa style that we are maybe more familiar with. Hope you enjoy this slight little different taste of a march from across the pond. Marching Song by Gustav Holst.